Are you gonna bring me? Oh, good evening, good evening. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. It's your girl, Lady, on VIBE95, South Florida's hottest reggae and hip hop radio talk show with you guys tonight. How are you? How are you tonight? We have another chain connection to our last show and our show prior. Listen, this is a beautiful major right here. This man right here actually connects our chain to what we had on last week. So I hope you guys are ready to finish up the group. This man right here. Yeah, this man right here. I could go on and on about the list of music this man has produced and brought to us that we have yet to hear or seen, actually, to know this man's name. And actually, he's been an under a lot of things that we know about this man has been so much underseen and underheard from what we know. But he's gonna go ahead and tell us his side and tell us everything that we need to know and educate us with everything that he's been through. Mr. Gorilla Tech himself. I cannot wait to bring him in. You guys bring him in with me tonight. How are you?
Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? It's your boy Gorilla Tech representing Miami. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Vibe 95. You know what I mean? I'm in the building with Lady Liddy. What's good?
Hi. You're so awesome. You are so awesome.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much for
Yeah,
coming with us tonight. I appreciate you making the time.
anytime, anytime, anytime.
So tell me first and foremost, tell me how this COVID is treating you. You know, I want to keep it light first. Go ahead and tell me about this, your experience throughout this time.
This COVID has been a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? But in life we always have hurdles and we overcome them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm alive and well. My family's alive and well, and we're pushing through. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
That's just what it is. Love
Yeah,
to hear it, love to see it.
that's
Positivity always outweighs negativity. Just make it up. Keep
always,
it up.
always. That's right.
Always. So, Mr. Sir, drums major in guys started off with the most and the get, I was born in the 80s. So, 90s hit and get crunked up. That was all 2000 hit and get crunked up, in the club. Even I wasn't old enough, but I was in there, acting like, I was there,
That's right.
listening to it on the radio. But tell me about your experience from the get. Please
Well,
tell us.
with that song in specific or just in general?
No, no, I really want to know your story based on how you met up with this whole group, this brother line, and how you came together as this greatest producer and composer of all these hits from
Oh
year to
man.
year. I'm gonna dig deep because I've been reading on you for the last I don't know how long now. And this man, I'm like, yo, he's really you still hitting every year. You're still hitting, and you are not. Even though your name, a lot of people hear your name, a lot of people hear your music, but you're not getting that shine because you're doing the back work. A lot of people don't look at the back work and the back man, but give me your work, give me your blood. What is
All
going
right,
on? It's
all right,
Gorilla Tech.
all right. Well, it all started. I actually started off as a DJ. Okay, I started off in a DJ as a DJ, and around 85, 86. You know what I mean? Um, I started to get into production when I linked up with Disco Rick. Disco Rick is like, one of Miami's pioneers for bass music. You know what I mean? So I used to be his road DJ, and when we do concerts, he would bring a MPC 60, which is a drum machine. And we would use that for you know crowds, samples, little bit of sound effects, and he gave me the manual. He was like, Tech. At the time, it wasn't Tech. It was DJ Tony Tone. Okay, DJ Tony
Mhm.
T. And he was like, go ahead and learn this beat machine, and we're gonna make an album. So I'm like, okay. I learned the beat machine, and around the time I wasn't really a producer. I was just a programmer, just doing a whole bunch of samples and up tempo bass music, and I kind of played the background. And I made beats for two of his albums at the time. That was Beware of the Dogs and The Negro's Back, which is his solo album. All right. And that was like around 88, 89. Okay.
Mhm.
So after that experience, I went, we parted ways. Um, I met my brother Fence, Shay Chapter, all these guys, and we formed the committee.
The
Okay.
committee.
Yeah, the committee. And and that was like around 95. So in 95, I was doing a lot of production for a lot of the local groups in Miami, Little E, Suicide, Gangsta Shorties. Some of these names you probably don't, you never even heard of because they were local and they were independent. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we decided to form a production company called the Committee. Before Drum Majors, it was the Committee. Okay. And as the committee, I went and got placements with Trick Daddy. Shouts out to Trick, Slip and Slide Records. They were like the first label that gave me a placement. So we ended up producing at least 2 or 3 songs on all of Trick's albums. You know what I'm saying? After that, started diving into more of the production, meaning, kind of like putting everything together, not just being a beat maker, just kind of like getting the ideas from different writers and, coming up with different concepts. Just, wearing the producer hat instead of a beat maker. There's a huge difference. You know what I mean? So, and that was around 1998, 99. Fast forward, the committee, we made it into subsidiaries. We have the film company, which was Bloodline. We was Drum Majors, which is the production company. You know what I'm saying? And then we started getting more placements with Flo Rida, Diddy, Eve, Damian Marley, Jaheim, Pitbull, and the list goes on.
Yeah, your list definitely goes on. There's
Yeah,
a lot of names that you can name with that list. Good,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
continue.
So finally, we decided that what, we're gonna go ahead and just form a group, basically like another Rough Riders, another who else was out around that time? It was the Rough Riders.
Wu Tang. Wu Tang was out. Wasn't that Wu Tang time? No.
Yeah, I believe so. Around 2000. So it was okay. It was Rough Riders, and I think it was Cash Money.
Cash Money Records.
Yeah. So it was a click. It was like a click thing now. You know what I mean? So we signed a whole bunch of artists to our label at the time, and which was Chapter, Luke Duke, Screwface, Superstar. Who else? Tony Mancino, Stage McCloud. And we basically just was just in the studio working on that album, and my homie DJ Griot was like listening to the album, saying that, hey, we don't have a club record on here, because around that time it was like getting into crunk music, but still like on some Miami vibes. So at the time we was doing like more of the slower tempo. If you listen to Street Money, there's a lot of Caribbean stuff on there, and there's like a lot of slow type, early trap down south type music. And DJ Griot was like, well, you guys don't have a club record. You know what I'm saying? So being that he was a DJ and spinning at a whole bunch of those clubs on South Beach, Club Cristal and a lot of the hottest clubs on the beach, he was spinning there. It's like, yo, y'all need to have a song that kind of like matches this tempo, a song that mixed behind this record. And currently at that time, it was a few records that had the same energy, which was Pullover from Trina. It was She's a Bitch by Missy Elliott.
And the Thong Song by Cisco.
And the Thong Song. Exactly.
Those are all in the lead. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Grill was like, man, y'all need something that sounds like that can mix behind any of these records, so it's easier for him to break it. You know what I mean? Because that's how you break records. You pretty much play whatever's hot, and then you mix in the new record that's kind of like has the same tempo, same vibe, and get the people familiar with it. You know what I mean? So that was that. So being that he was like, okay, these records got to make a song like this, I went ahead and took a page out of Timbaland's drum pattern, which was from the She's a Bitch. Dum 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 dum.
Yeah. You're bringing me back. Don't do it.
Right. Right.
So, those great memories. Great music.
So I went into the studio. I did the same drum pattern, which was the boom, 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 right? And then I took a page from Centipede. I don't know if you remember Centipede from Reedy Jackson. Centipede.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
His
So,
falsetto voice.
right.
Yes.
So the bass line kind of like went dum 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 dum. That was the bass line for Centipede. So I basically took that bass line and
Put them together.
did my own, and I went boom 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 boom, and that was the foundation for Get Fucked Up.
Get fucked. Oh my god, it sounds so like
Yeah,
I'm hearing. It's like baking a cake. Like
right,
that
exactly. So
was so beautiful.
I incorporated all the elements of the groove, the bass line that everybody was familiar with in Miami, and the strings dun 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 dun. That was actually a derivative of a Louis Armstrong record that came out in early 1900s. You know
Really.
what I'm saying? And people thought it was the Eye of the Tiger, but it wasn't Eye of the Tiger. That's not what inspired me. Although it's the same chords, but in another key. So that just became that. And you know, I was known for big sounds, big horns, big timpanis, and I added the brass section to it to make it sound big. And before you know it, we got everybody in the studio. Everybody was lit. Everybody getting high. Everybody on Hennessy. Fence came up with the idea, came up with the concept, and was like, "Yo, the hook didn't sound the way it sounded right now. It was totally different." So Fence and Stage got together, came up with the concept for the song, and Stage and all of us collaborated and created the record. And before you know it, like DJ Griot started breaking it inside the clubs, and Big Will, RP Big Will, you know, a lot of these DJs were like played a vital role in breaking this record in Miami first. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. It became a smash. We went and did a lot of tours, and so many stories, but that's pretty much the basic fundamentals of how that song came
How it
about,
started.
how it started, and just a little backstory on how I got into the game and doing what I do.
So how are you about I believe DJ Griot you're talking about. Did he's releasing something coming out I believe it's the 12th or the 11th of June?
Yes.
Did he release it already?
Yeah.
Did we
No,
crack
not
the
yet.
date?
Not yet.
He hasn't released it yet.
Not
How are you prepping or how are you feeling? I know this is a man that, like you said, he was there with you at the beginning, even
yeah.
through your journey and everything else. Everything you learned at the beginning was with this man, and you continue, like I said, year after year with hits,
Yes.
production,
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
after hit with these loud, like you said, you are known for the production, the composing of the music that you put behind what you
Yes.
put in the
Yes.
art.
Yep. So
Tell me, how are you feeling about this man, about the release? Something, and everyone's been waiting for so long. He's been working behind the scenes and doing everything himself, and now he's releasing his on the 11th or slash the 12th. How are you anxious and feeling about this great release?
are you talking about DJ Griot's release or my Work It Out record?
Work it out.
Work It Out. I'm super excited. I mean, it's available on all platforms right now. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. It's featuring McCleasy and Deja Rowe and Rick Ross's DJ Sam Sneak. I'm really excited because it's that same feel good music that I've
We've been
always
missing.
been known to produce. It's like another version of I'm So High 2021. You know what I mean? It's like another version of if you listen to Ball Greasy, Sean,
Yes.
Charles Reed, Jook with Me, it has that same feel good element. You know what I mean? But
But you
2000,
bringing it back. What you telling me is that you bringing the music back to us because
I'm
we
bringing
lost it.
I'm bringing it
I'm
back.
trying to tell you, I grew up with all the Gret Conked Up, but with the day after tomorrow. I grew up with all of these songs that you produced and
Yes,
composed, and now no shade on nothing, nowhere. Music is music. Everything has to change with time, but you can't do this to us. You can't keep waiting decades to give us some more club music.
well,
Like it's not
sometimes
fair.
you just gotta fall back and see. You got to give room for the younger people to shine. You know what I'm saying? And if I would have gave you too much of that earlier, then it would have been overkill. So I fell back And as you know, like a lot of the music started to become more darker, you know, violent, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Heavy drugs and, you know, this great degrading woman, you know what I mean? So I was overshadowed by that, you know what I mean? And I still was kind of like, you know, playing my role, doing my thing or whatnot. But, you know, now is the time, you know, to bring that feel good back and change the energy. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Change it
Yes.
up.
Change the atmosphere. Switch it up.
Switch
Switch
it
it
up.
up.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Yes. Instead of touching the floor, hold the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Honestly, no, your music. No, I'm sorry. We miss it. We needed it. Like I said, I'm an '80s baby. I mean, late '80s, but I'm still an '80s baby. So when I say I grew up in the early '90s and the 1990s and the 2000 music, you gave us soul, and you guys went in a hole for a little bit. I understand you had to, let the young bucks get some shine, but like I said, that means you left us old bucks that have been dancing to y'all music for 2 decades now in the cut listening to music about killing our neighbor and robbing them
Well,
instead of you giving us soulful music that we've been so joyous about. And when I tell you listing, no matter how old and no matter how much new albums come out, I can tell you my generation of friends, no matter how many cars I get into, I still listen to the same Get Crunked Up. Still listen to the same songs going to the club. And going into the club is so disappointing. Not saying it's always disappointing, but
right.
having your pregame, everyone pre-games before you go into a club, pre-game into y'all music. Pre-game into the music when we're good to going to the club, getting ready, and then going to the club and listening to what we listen to now. We've been missing you guys.
Oh man. I mean, one thing about the stuff that we've done, they became timeless. So
Yes.
at the end of the day, you can always go back and listen to those records and feel the same way. Anytime I'm So
Yes.
Hot comes on in the club, it's the same vibe. Everybody feeling good. Everybody like dancing. You know, nobody's too chill to to dance. Like everybody's really, they just get loose. And
Yep.
here,
Every
you know,
time.
Jackie O's, Nookie Real Good. Everybody's like, all the girls are popping. They doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? You know,
You're right.
uh, so at the end of the day, I think I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? Creating timeless music.
No, you definitely left a legacy. No matter what you think or anyone else don't know, you definitely left a seed in every single platform. Like I said, I am in Palm Beach, South Florida. I bartend a lot of places. And when I tell you, when I see and hear, no matter what type of music plays, as soon as your music. I'm gonna say our music because I love it. Like I said, I'm saying our because it's my music. It's my music. That's what I say. Like I should have the rights to play it because I love. It's the soul. It's like what I was raised on. So when I say every and anytime, what you just said is true. No matter how old and young we have in that group, from 21 to 50, whatever inside that room in the lounge that I'm working at, as soon as your music comes on, anything that comes from young majors or the committee, anything that came from that mold that you guys started,
Right.
everyone does exactly the same thing that I said that I did when I was 21, 22. Is
Right.
get on that wall, back the thing, do all that, all
Yeah.
the same dance moves, everything. You literally left a seed for everybody. And now, like you play it for, like I said, the young bucks, and they'd be like, okay, no matter what kind of genre of music they listen to. Like I said, they could be, shoot a nigga dead, the music, and as soon as they hear the composing the music and how you guys play things. I always see this like, oh, okay, who's this old cat?
Right.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Because they don't know it. So you bringing it back now, like you said, it's the right time. You guys sat back. You guys let everyone have their shine, but it's time because the world needs a new narrative. We
Yeah.
definitely need it.
Yes. Yes.
So
More
I'm
feel
thankful for you.
good, more positive, more uplifting musically. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And just chill, feel good vibes. Like timeless music. So
Honestly.
with Work It Out is available right now on all digital media outlet. Me and Stage, we always been a power team. He's actually the one on Get Crunked Up.
Yeah,
He's on the
yep.
hook. That's the guy on the hook. A lot of people didn't make the connection, but he's the guy on the hook. You know what I'm saying? So anytime we get in the studio, it's always great vibes. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's what it is. VIBE95.
So tell me the relationship between you and Mr. Fitz. I had Mr. Fitz on our show, Mr. JC, on here the other day. And I know you guys came a long way. Like I said, you guys wore the committee. You
That's
guys
right.
started with well, I think he said 7, 8 of you guys, the homeboys just sitting
Five.
around like, man, 5
Five.
of you guys just sitting
Yeah.
around saying, we do this, you do this. Everyone had it in the window that everyone had a great ambitional something in the group to bring to the table. And you
Yes.
guys really sat down every single day, wrote music, thought of this, did music, composing, producing, putting everything together, but
Yeah. Listen,
not knowing you guys are gonna be here this time, at this place, at this moment. Tell me
Fence,
about that.
Fence is Fence was and still is the driving passion. Fence is the energy. Fence is, you know, if it wasn't for Fence, you know, I wouldn't have made a lot of my placements. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Fence, a lot of the stuff that you hear wouldn't have been possible. You know what I mean? Because around those times, I was just the guy in the studio, the hermit. I would never come out. I don't want to talk to nobody. I would just smoke my weed,
The
drink,
music.
and create. Here's the beats. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. That was Fence. Fence was the,
Oh, okay.
you know, coming up, you learn and you live and you learn. I'm not that person now, but before, Fence was the guy. He was the guy knocking on all the doors, going to the, different A&Rs. Hey, listen to this. I mean, Fence was trying to get Rick Ross a deal even before Rick Ross popped off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Fence always been the driving force behind the committee and drum majors. Of course, we all had a say as well, but he was the one that voiced his opinion and was the passion. We would have long meetings, and this will be the guy that would be screaming at the top of his lungs, expressing his points and, you know, and being passionate about what he believed in. You know what I mean? And that's my brother for life to this day. Like that's my brother. Besides the business, that's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? And funny story, like I met Fence when he was a rapper. Y'all didn't know Fence was a rapper, right? Did he tell
Actually, he did tell us no, he did tell he tabbed a little bit on that. He was like, I started
you?
off as, a little basement rapper.
Yeah. Everybody in the committee were rappers, and I was the DJ and the beat maker. And that's before we started, we got older and formed the committee. But before that, you know, um, Fence was a rapper, and in Miami, and just to go to show you like how far back we go, even before the committee, like we were really around each other a lot.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? And even when the committee disbanded, we still stuck together. Like we are drum majors. You know what I'm saying? Fence and I.
Aww.
So shouts out to Fence. That's my brother for life. I don't know what I would do without him. You know what I'm saying? And we keep each other in check. You know what I'm saying?
I love
So
it.
yeah, that's what it
My
is.
what is it? You are my brother's keeper. I am my brother's keeper.
Yes.
I love it. So, I'm going to ask one more person because, I also interviewed Mr. McCleasy. That's
McLeese.
also with you.
Oh, that's my
I
other
got to
brother.
ask you, yes, Mr. Foosball over there. How is that? I know the three of you guys, like I said, you guys all came up together, working together. So, you guys all, like I said, individually, you guys are all hitting platforms. Even
Yeah.
though, like I said, a lot of people don't even know that you guys are literally still in contact and working with each other, probably still
Of
passing, talking to each other.
course.
But because you guys are no longer not saying it like this, because of course you guys started off with the committee, then coming together. But now that you guys are not as that same group, but you guys are still in the same direction.
Yes.
How do you keep with your brothers? Because I know you guys sit down and be like, man, we doing it, man. We still doing it.
Yeah.
How's those conversations? I
Oh
need to
man.
know about these.
Well, Stage McCleasy was was coming to the studio around the same time that Fence was an artist. Okay, so I've known Stage from even those times around 1992, 1991, from that time. And um I've produced a lot of Stage early songs like Oh No featuring Red Rat. He did a song called Yeah Yo, I Did That. Um a few other songs. You know what I'm saying? They never really took off like that, but we always worked together. You know what I'm saying? Like we always was like, okay, let's do this because that's our universal language, music. You know what I mean? And that's how we band as brothers. So stage always been in the picture. Um, to this day, of course, it's obvious. Like he's he's the main guy on my new single. You know what
He is. That's what I say. He is on your. That's what I was like.
Yeah,
I know y'all. That's what I'm saying. So many people when they see things, they're like, oh, they're still affiliated with each other.
yeah, yeah.
It's because you guys, like I said, you guys are all still pushing in different directions, but in the same, the platform that you guys built with each
Exactly,
other.
exactly.
And to see that you guys still work with each other. And after decades of making music together, a lot of people in this industry, I want to know, how do you keep that such a positive and good relationship with different people in this industry when so many people fall off out of groups, out of contracts, out of so much in this music industry? How did you keep the committee group and your boys and you guys as keepers so long and so many decades after?
Well, it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy because when we first started, it was based on friendship and not. So when business came into play, you know, it was slightly different because the rules change. You know what I mean? Um, the janitor can't get paid the same as the lawyer. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we had to find out the hard way. You understand what I'm saying? So overall, we was like, well, you know what? Okay, we made mistakes. At the end of the day, we're grown men about it. We can get past it, and and we stay positive. You know, if there's a solution, then let's go for it. You know what I'm saying? So throughout my whole career, from the committee until now, there's been bumps in the road. You know what I'm saying? But what kept us alive and still friends with each other is the music and the love we have for each other. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And the respect we have for each other. And
Knowing where you guys want to go. You guys had the bigger picture, the end game. Y'all knew that if we stop here because of this little thing right here, it's gonna stop where we know that we can go. And it's true.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
every single step that you guys took, literally, I looked at you guys, your history between the three of you guys.
Hmm.
Every platform that one took, the next one took right with it. So you guys literally built the ladder together and
Fact.
made it to the top, and still making it to the top. I don't know how far y'all could go, but y'all still going.
Well,
3 decades
no,
later.
no limit. There's sky's not even the limit. Like there's no limit.
I love it.
You know what I'm
As
saying?
long as the love that you guys put into the music still keeps coming, I don't think there is a limit for you guys because, like I said, you guys have been hitting it year after year. From 2000 to 2011, 2020, 2000. Now you're coming back out 2021, and
Right.
I'm telling you guys, there's no stop for you guys.
At
There
all.
is no stop.
At all.
As long as you guys keep putting your heart and soul that you guys been doing, I don't see a stop for you guys.
No, no. It's we're gonna keep this pushing until the wheels fall off.
So tell me about this business. I need to know about how when you guys fell off, not fell off, but when you guys had to decompose the business because
Mhm.
of financial industry, financial situations and everything. What was your first step when you guys had to pull back and find different placemats and different in the windows?
Um. Well, for me, it was it wasn't as bad because I was still making music and I started tapping into engineering and mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like I became pro- a producer slash engineer and a mixer. You know what I'm saying? So I would still be making tracks for locals and mixing projects, and that kept me busy. You know what I mean? That kept me busy. Although I didn't make much placements in the last couple of years, which is cool because it's a rebirth now. You know what I mean? I wasn't really satisfied with where the music was going. And I just couldn't get to the level of making that kind of a music. You know what I mean? Like I
Yep.
wanted,
Force yourself to write that just to fit in.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to just adapt because that's what's current, you know? And a lot of that thinking then is what happened. You know, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do that kind of music. I mean, that's not what I do. You know, my pride was like getting in my way, and pride will fuck you up.
No,
You know
I was about
what
to
I'm
say
saying?
that is gonna be pride is always someone's downfall.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So eventually I was like, okay, you know what, let me just play the game. If this is what where the music is going right now, and this is what most of the clients want, all right, cool. You want a little baby type beat, or you want a Kodak type beat, okay, great. I'll go ahead and cook it up. It's nothing. You know, those type beats I could whip up in an hour, 30 minutes.
Oh,
So this is what you want? All right, cool. So now it's like, okay, now it's business. I can't take this personal anymore. It's about survival right now. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So with that being said, um, um, I just decided that okay, now it's time to put out an album or my first project. You know, it was always been in the making, but I just kept, pussyfooting around it and, not really going all the way in on it because I was so overwhelmed with other projects,
Others. Hmm.
and the demand was crazy. Yo, Tech, I need you to do this. Yo, Tech, I need you to remake this, or I need you to mix this song. I need you to master this, or I need you in the studio for your ears and this and the third. And I was just being,
Way
spread
too thin.
too, you know,
Yep.
family as well. You know, so um, fast forward, this is how we moving. Yep.
Mm. Yep. So when you okay, so I had to you said something that made me like, wait a second. When you said something, dang. I was like, oh, I should have wrote it down because he was like, wait, why did it? There was I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna remember it. Trust me, I'm gonna
No
come back
worries.
to
No
it.
worries.
Before I go back to that, I do have to tap on to the year 2000. I believe it was 2000, 2013. I believe it was the most. I think it was Malibu's Most Wanted. The mixing.
Malibu's Most Wanted. Granddaddy South.
Hmm.
I thought I told you, right?
I thought I told you.
Something like that. Yeah. I I forget the name of the song, but
Mm-mm. 2003. Excuse me. I'm over here saying 2013. It was 2003.
right.
2003. You
Was
hit
that
out Malibu's Most Wanted. The song. When I listened to the song, I always wanted to ask, where did that? Was that a? I don't want to say it's fabricated, but the storyline comes from whose story? Because that seems like it comes. It's all songs come from someone's something.
okay? Was that's from Granddaddy South, right?
Yes,
Okay. At that I didn't that was totally his song. All I did was produce the beat.
you just produced the beat.
I just one of those songs that, he heard the beat, he bought it, and
And
it ended up being on that soundtrack. I had I
okay,
had nothing to do with the
the
production
words and
of the
everything.
song.
Oh, okay. I had
Yeah,
to ask. I
yeah.
had to ask. I had
So
to reach for it.
that's a Granddaddy South question.
Oh, okay. That was I had to ask because I it was something that always kind of like I said, I've been a fan, so I listened
Right,
to a lot of music that you either produced, wrote, and everything else. So
right,
I had to ask because I was like, there had to be something that made you. I don't know. I guess it makes sense now that you only did the music, so it makes
right.
sense.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes more sense.
That I wasn't in the studio overseeing the whole song. It was one of those situations where he had a beat CD, and we sent him the track, and he did his own thing in the studio, and before you know it, it was mixed and mastered, and that was it. You know, and that's around the time that really wasn't
Producing like that.
hands on with that particular song. You know,
That's when the pride was kind of there, and you
uh,
weren't really trying to get in
well,
there.
nah, because a few songs slipped through the crack. I was producing, yes, but it was just one of those situations where I couldn't be at the studio when he was recording it. You know what I mean? So he did his own
Okay.
thing, and he paid for the beat, and it ended up being on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? So it was still a blessing because I still get residuals from that. You know?
you doing all this working and moving back and forth and making music here and going here. And in South Florida, it's really busy because no matter you live out here, you're getting music from Cali, LA, you getting music from everywhere coming to you. How do you find the time for your love life and your marriage?
You know, it was difficult. It was difficult, but now um I'm better at time management. I make sure I spend time with the wife, spend time with the kids, and then, at night I'm in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I'm older now, so I'm not like always out and about coming back late in the mornings. Like that's I already passed that. If I'm coming back late, it's because I'm in a session. You know what I mean? I'm not out partying or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay,
And,
you passed
and
that stage. All
yeah,
right.
and I really spend time with my family when time allows, and I really spend time with my girl, my wife. You know, every day. That's like that's that's my partner, my life partner, my that's wifey. So she's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So um, we understand each other and we have a strong relationship, and she understands what I do. You know what I mean? She loves what I do. She's very supportive. She believes in what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes all the difference. Having someone in your corner that really believes in you, that really respects you, and allows you to be yourself, and still check you when you fuck up. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
so it's not a problem with me. It was at first because I didn't know how to juggle the two, because I'm just such a studio rat. I'm always in the studio. you know so after you get enough of those phone calls, oh, you're not here enough, or you know I miss you, that type of thing, or daddy, where you at, like when we gonna hang out, when we gonna do this. After you hear enough of that, then you decide, you figure, you realize, okay, you know what, you got to do this because you only live once.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you really got to make time for those that are there for you, and those that will always be there. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's safe to say that I figured it out.
You figured it out.
I figured it out.
Okay, so we're gonna go back into the business line because I know you talking all. I know you're sweet and you're nice, and I know this, Mr. Gorilla Tech. But you gotta tell me about people who tried you and they hired you. Tell me about people and bad deals that came your way when they hired you for music or production. Oh yes,
Ooh.
that's a good one. I want to hear
Oh
this one.
man.
The one that you just thought of when I asked that question. That's what I want to hear about. Don't give me no other story, but the one I just saw in your head when you asked that question. That one
Well,
right there.
one experience. It wasn't really a bad deal. It was more of a weird energy. You know what I'm saying? I won't say his name, but
My
it's
name's
it's a known guy. He's a billionaire right now.
you might
You
have to say a name.
know,
That's like,
well,
I'm like, you just said known everybody. Then you have to go and spell his
I
name
mean,
for me.
I mean, it was put it this way. Oh man, how can I say this? Because I'm gonna get back to that. I never really had a bad experience to say where I was disappointed or like well, let me take that back. Anybody that I work with in the studio, my energy is always light, like it's positive, and I give off that energy. So you can't come with me with negative energy, because I'm my energy is not that. You are what you attract. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as business deals, I don't think I ever had a crazy business deal. I'm still with my publishing company. I'm not binded to anyone right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is a great thing. But if I did have one experience with this one person where and I'm just gonna say, from the bad boy camp. Bad boy
Huh.
camp. All right.
Huh.
I went there to do a remix for Loon. right? Um, and I was in the studio, and they had me in one of the rooms, and the guy was supposed to come back to listen to the remixes that I did. Okay, the guy. Okay, so
The guy. I'll wait for you to slip up and
right,
say it. You
so
say the guy's so smooth.
yeah,
Okay, go
yeah.
ahead.
So when he walked in the room and I played the remix for him, and he was like, yeah. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to do some, I want you to add this stuff to it, and he was very animated. You probably know who I'm talking about. Anyways, so as he's leaving, right? As grown men, how we say bye to each other is like either a head nod or a dap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
or a shake of hands, right? So so now he's on his way out. He was there with some flamboyant looking guy, you know, sitting in a chair, and I'm like, okay. Um, he was like, okay, just add these things to it, add the dramatic. He was really dancing. He was dancing in the studio, you know, and when it was time for him to leave, I I reached out to shake his hand, like, okay, good meeting you again, because he's came to Miami before, and I played music for him, but this time it was like, it was just me and him in the studio with his flamboyant guy. So, as grown men, when we shake hands, we firm grip, and and then we let go and we walk away. This guy didn't do that. He was looking at me with dreamy eyes, like
Oh. Ah.
it felt like he stared into my soul. You know what I mean? Like, what the f-
Oh my gosh.
You know
You
what I mean?
really yeah.
Dead ass. And I don't have anything against.
You're not homophobic. You're not
Yeah, I'm
homophobic,
not.
but
I'm not. But at that time, it was weird for me because um I never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? When you have a grown ass man holding your hand, but instead of letting go, he's looking in your eyes like
oh my god,
on some light
no.
skin shit.
I said some light skin shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I'm
okay.
dying.
And so I let go. And I just turned around and kept walking. I'm like, that was fucking weird. You know what I mean? And ever since then,
You didn't work with him again?
no. We've worked together one more time. I went ahead and produced a song for 112 featuring 8 Ball MJG called Trying to Get at You. You know what I'm saying? I went and did I did some more stuff for the label. But it was just weird. That outro was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And um and then after, months later and years later, you start hearing stories, and and then it's like it all makes sense. You know, it all makes sense.
I want to say who I think it is, but I don't want to be wrong. And you're like, what? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just
But
know I wrote a whole bunch of little Q notes, all the names that you said on certain people that are affiliated with this person. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tag and do all my research like I normally do and find out who the middle person is, like I always do. So I'm gonna find out. Don't worry. Thank you
oh
for the
man,
information.
yeah, but you know, each its own. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, then hey, more power to you. Like if you're successful, then hey, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I don't discriminate. It was just weird for me because I really felt a fucked up energy. Like, try me, bro. Like, do I look like that? Do I strike
Oh
as that type of
man,
dude?
that's the
You know what
most.
I'm saying? So whatever. I didn't sell my soul.
I didn't sell my soul.
Yeah, but I would say that's the only weird thing that happened to me.
So most people that approach you come with you with the utmost. They already know if they're coming to you, they're coming with the
Yeah,
right amount, and they're not
yeah.
trying you with no
No,
weirdness.
yeah, no one's coming at me sideways, like, trying to get over me or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, but
So
that's
they
just
know what they're gonna get if they're hiring you. They know what they're gonna get if they're coming to you.
yeah, yeah. Most of the time, the deal is already discussed. Fence is already on it. All I got to do is just come to the studio, and we're
Oh, okay,
we're
okay,
just
and do
talking
the work.
creatively. We're not talking any business.
Business. Oh, okay,
You
good.
know
That's
what I'm
what's
saying?
up.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, just a nice little slide in window. You just slide in, just do your little work. Be like,
That's
all
it.
right,
That's
I'm
it.
good.
That's
You
it,
got
bro.
y'all good. I'm good. All right,
Yep,
later.
yep.
Nice. All right. So do you feel like people take advantage of people that are in the industry, like who aren't educated in the business and they like cling on to people once they figure out that you have like the green, like the go ahead in certain places? Do you feel like people do that or have you interacted with people like that?
Well, I think people that that are out to get over people, like they can pretty much fill out who is gullible. They can pretty much fill out who they can try. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, that's just what it is. Like if you know your shit and you make that impression early, then there's no room for anyone to even try you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just those that don't know the game and they're just gullible and they're just not really up on their shit that gets tried. You know what I'm saying? And that's just every day. It's every day. It doesn't change. Whether you're in business, where you're in the streets, it's the same thing. Somebody will try to get over you if they feel like you don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Uneducated means with no food.
Right. Right.
That is true. So, what would you say to our young brothers coming into this industry, other outside of music, not just rappers? Because everyone thinks that the only way you can be in this industry is just doing rapping for some weird reason. When there's so much back work for doing music, what would you tell the young men that are coming out of their garage, like the committee did, coming with their friends, putting in some music, everyone coming with a nice little banger together that has something that could put together? What would you tell the young you today?
I would tell them to learn the business, follow the greats. Okay, believe in yourself, know your worth. Don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Um, and grind. Go shake hands and surround yourself with people that you see yourself with. You know what I mean? People that you look up to. Surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't always listen to your friends because your friends are not always right. You know
That
what I
is
mean? So that's what I would say. And believe in God first and foremost.
first and foremost.
That's right. That's right.
That is true. All right. So, your wife, I have to ask, is she in the music industry? I know you said she's a supporter, a great, big, huge foundation to everything that you do. Is she in the music industry as well, or she's just your support
No,
team?
she's just a dope ass makeup artist.
Dope ass
So
makeup
fine. She's so
artist.
beautiful.
Oh, all right, all right.
She and she's a Trini. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So, okay,
So
all right. Oh, so
I'm
she definitely puts you in your place if she needs to. She's from
if
the islands, from the
she
Caribbean
be
woman.
trying some. She tries sometimes.
And I try. I already know I
Nah,
try.
nah. She definitely knows her worth. You know what I'm saying? And she's my backbone. You know what I mean? So anytime, I fall out of place, if I'm not sure about something, she's in my corner. You know what I'm saying? And she supports me 100%. You know, um, I wouldn't ask for anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like
Your partner in life,
my
for real, for real.
partner. Yes, yes. And I'm not saying that because she's here. This is like real talk.
I was say she's sitting right next to you, like, yeah, you better say that. She's like, yeah, you better
You know
say
what I mean?
all.
Like,
That's
you know,
why I'm asking you all this because I heard earlier you said she's in the crowd. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
yeah. No,
I
she.
was like,
I couldn't ask for anyone better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy I'm with because she really completes me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's that's huge for me because I never had that. it was always someone who wasn't really motivated, someone who just, you know, waited for every opportunity instead of going getting it
Going
themselves.
to get it.
You know what I'm saying? She's hands on. You know what I mean? Before I start doing shit, she's already on. I gotta tell her like, yo, I got this. I got this. You know what I mean? So that's what I appreciate about her, and that's what I respect about her, and one of the reasons why I love her so much, because she's that person. She's not waiting. She knows her worth, and I know her worth. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing.
Good. Aw. He's like, oh, you did so well. You did good. You did good. I did the same thing to mine. I'd be like, you did well. Good job. You doing so well. You guys grew up so fast. I was like,
I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess.
oh, you guys all are. Sorry, you guys all
Yeah.
start that way.
No, it's the truth.
Boy.
We ain't shit until we meet that right person to you know get us right. You know what I mean? And it comes with age too.
Yes, age and maturity.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely does. You know what I mean? So I'm very grateful. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah. So here we are, Vibe
There you go.
95.
$5.95.
That's
So you
right.
are kicking in, like I said, your new the workout is all the way out in multiple platforms for everyone to go ahead and find and link up. So go ahead and tell us again where we can find the work it out. One
The
more
work
time,
it
so
out.
everybody each
The Work
stream.
It Out single featuring Deja Rowe, McCleasy, and DJ Sam Sneak is available on all platforms. On Tidal, it's on Tunes, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify. Go ahead and download it. You can follow me on IG, Gorilla Tech. Follow me on Twitch, Gorilla Tech. You know, I'm on there doing my vinyl thing, spinning little records, little 45s. You know what I'm saying? And holla at your boy. I'm in the building.
So holla at your boy.
Yeah.
You and McCleasy said that. You guys both said that. He said that at the end of his too. Holla at
Oh,
your
he
boy.
did.
That's what I was like. Why does that sound? I was like, oh, that's why. You guys are so hilarious. You guys are so in tune. You guys don't even know it. No, you guys do know it. That's what's crazy. You guys actually do know that you guys are in tune.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness.
Definitely.
That's beautiful. Like I said, you guys have been legendary. You guys are still going to be legendary. And if they don't make a Hall of Fame wall for you guys, I don't know what's going on in this world, because you guys have literally given us the whole platform on music.
If they don't
And
make they don't make it, I'm gonna make it.
you should create it. Like
Yeah,
they said, if you
exactly.
build it, they'll come. Build
Look,
it.
you and this and I've learned to realize that you got to do shit for yourself. You can't wait for everybody else to do stuff for you. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Especially when it comes down to acknowledgments. Like, you got to really take the bull by its horn and just do it, because no one's gonna do it for you.
Yeah,
You
no
know
one
what I
cares
mean?
to do it. That takes a lot. Like you said, that pride kicks in. A lot of people to give someone else acknowledgement, they have to really put down a lot of pride to do that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay. In this
fact,
world, a lot of pride is kind of building and taking over. So
yeah, yeah.
okay. And once you build it, let us VIBE95 know so we can come out there and be there when you guys cut the ropes. So we could be there. Just know, because we definitely want to be there for Hall of Fame for y'all.
Definitely, definitely.
There be everything in there, from the committee pictures when y'all was in there with the strings,
With
trying
this,
to act like, when y'all started. I need everything, because
oh
your
man,
story, everything about your baseline and your story, you guys had literally built a tree from a mustard seed, and you guys did amazing, and
yeah.
still doing amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
And
much.
I can't say anything more than you guys are literally. I can't fathom the fact that you guys have yet to have any type of something movie, something that has pronounced the background of where music has been generated. You guys literally
Well,
generated our years of music.
yeah, yeah. It's very unfortunate. Especially with Florida. Florida, man. This. Well, let me not say Florida. Let me say Miami. You know, Miami doesn't celebrate their own as much as they should.
Oh, it's Florida. You can say Florida because I live in Palm Beach, and it's the same thing.
So it's the same thing. So it's safe to say,
It's, it's safe.
they don't celebrate their own as much as they should, like Atlanta and like New York and L.A. You know what I'm
You
saying?
People will fly out of your city to go support another artist somewhere else and pay thousands of dollars when they could have paid 100, 200 in their city to support someone that local that they
Right,
grew up with.
right,
That's what
right.
it is. unfortunately. You're always gonna get more support outside of your own hood,
Yeah,
outside of your own fam, outside of your own friends, because people can't see past what they grew up knowing you as.
right, and it's very unfortunate. But you know, what can we do? All we can do, like I said, is celebrate
Do
our
it
stuff
yourself.
and
Do
you
it
know,
yourself.
creating and keep being great.
And you guys
Yep.
have for over almost 4 decades now.
Yeah,
You guys have been doing it. You guys are almost there. That 4 decade mark, you guys are almost there. Because when
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
turning 33 in a couple of weeks, so when I hit 35, y'all hitting the 4 decades.
Yep,
So you guys
yep.
are there. You
That's
guys are
right.
there, man. And I need another hit. I mean, y'all already y'all need I need everything
Yes.
every year. Y'all can't slow down. Just keep it
Listen,
up.
right now, it's the Work It Out featuring McCleasy,
Yes.
Deja Roll, and DJ Sandy. Work It Out available on all digital platforms. And I have another song that I produced with Ball Greasy called Real Nigga Boogie featuring Buster Free and Case. Okay,
Real nigga boogie.
Real Nigga Boogie. If you I'm not sure if you follow Greasy or you follow me,
Mhm.
or Buster Free 305. That's like the biggest anthem in Miami right now.
Okay. That's
Real nigga
crazy.
boogie. You know what I mean? And that will be available soon too. You know, so we just doing our groundwork with the promotions and seeing what everybody's, you know, vibing, and the videos are crazy. Almost everybody has a video with them dancing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So that
So
means it's a hit. If
it's
everyone's is
it's,
hitting their videos.
it's a local hit right now, and it's gonna be all over Florida and eventually bleed into the rest of the states. You know
All
what I mean?
right, so I'm bringing it out here in Palm. I know it's out here already, but I'm gonna go ahead and feature it on my Lay Liddy
Now,
videos.
you know what? Like, just send me your send me your info, um, and I'll email the song to you. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
And then you could check it
Love
out.
it.
You could throw it in whenever. You know what I mean? And it's all
I
love.
love that. Yes, I will definitely plug that in and send you the info.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. No, honestly, like I said, you have been doing it and keep on doing it. And I cannot complain. And anyone who does, they need to go back to where they came from. That is
That's right. That's right.
it.
Go back.
You guys started with the committee and y'all brought it all the way back and all the way come through. And you guys, like I said, have built a legendary monument for people to their shoes that people will not be able to fill, but they'll be able to stand by. So
Fact.
you guys have done a lot of work, and I am very thankful for having you on VIBE95 with me tonight.
Oh,
It is
great.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
You gave me everything I needed. Like I said, I needed it. All the information I asked you, you gave me beautiful answers, and I loved it.
I
Thank you for
tried.
bringing this into your world.
That's right. That's right. Gorilla Tech World.
Yes, Gorilla Tech, Mr. Gorilla Tech. Go ahead and close us out, Mr. Gorilla Tech. Tell us about you and what else you want us to hear about before you get off my beautiful show with Vibe 95.
Hey, listen, this is your boy Gorilla Tech representing Miami, drum majors, committee till we die. And right now I'm on Vibe 95 with DJ Lay Liddy. You know what I'm saying? And work it out. It's available on all platforms, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music. Go ahead and download, stream. You already know what it is. Oh!
Yes, the energy. With the energy. I love it. Wifey, thank you for being there. I know you had to sit in the car waiting. I appreciate you for being such a great support. Oh, and the nails are yellow, my favorite color. See, she's great. I already can see it. You guys do great. Just know I'm gonna hit you up for some makeup. I'm gonna get your tag so I get my makeup done out there.
All
So
right.
hit you
You heard
up,
that?
Miss You being green. I'm coming to you soon. Okay. So you guys have a great one. Thank you for coming. Be safe.
Anytime.
And I'm gonna tag you on IG so that I can get your workout and all your videos so I can post them, share it. Follow me back, Lay Liddy. I
Got
got you.
you. Got you. All right.
All
Peace.
right. Bye.